Daniel,
Yeah.
ever wanted to feel like you're a kid again?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Vice magazine, in their normalizing weird stuff, has
Pedophilia. Pedophilia.
So there's this whole community of the internet and this big subreddit, and they're called Regressors. And it says, ever wished you could be a kid again? For age regressors, you can. And the thing is, oh, you know what? Let me say one last thing about fucking Tinder Swindler.
Yeah.
He's doing 20K of fucking club appearances.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I dated a girl for a second that was doing club appearances, and I went with her. Like, we were sort of dating, and then she did the club appearance, and I went basically as like a way that a chick would go.
Yeah.
Like, I was
You
sort of
stood off
hanging
to the side.
It fucking was the most humiliating probably thing I've ever done in my life. Everyone comes up, yeah, it was when I was in the band, and she was kind of famous, and then people would come by, and I go, oh, hey, are you? And I go, I'm her date.
I'm a date. I'm the plus one.
And then she goes, you good? You need any cranberry juice or something? And I sit down with fucking my vodka cran. Oh, yeah, it was humiliating.
Yeah, that sucks. But for him, what's the real
he's
shelf
living
life
large.
of this bad boy? You know, these things come and go.
No,
he can get these 20. Yeah, you got to cash in now.
You got to cash in. Well, so basically, the reason it reminded me of that is because I dated an age regressor. And their whole thing is they say this isn't during sex, right? It's just a community of people that wants to act like they're fucking 7 years old, right? And they go, you know, people share stuff from their stuffed animal collections, swap tips on adult pacifiers. They post photos of their coloring. And no, it's not a kink. So for them, they go, nothing sexual about it.
Yeah, it's not sexual. I just like coloring.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
which is weird because remember, adult coloring books kind of became a product. I don't know when. I remember all of a sudden people were like, "There's adult."
Well,
coloring
do you
books.
think that there's a lot of these, you know, sort of communities of people wanting to be kids because of, you know, it's almost, I don't know what conspiracy, but maybe like almost hack maybe is even a better way to put it. But that idea that no one grows up because, you know, people can't buy houses, no one has good jobs, like all these people have all this debt. So they just sort of find a way to live as like a kid forever.
Yeah. It's the Peter Pan thing, right? It's like the Michael Jackson.
Peter Pan sexual.
Peter Pan sexual. Ooh, I like that actually.
So... But I dated a girl that it was a kink.
It was a kink. It was one of my favorite things.
Yeah, this is the closer on the special.
It was, that's funny. This is the closer in your special. Because I remember I said, I was like, you have to, I guess you couldn't do the joke when you were with her, but I remember you're like, I don't know. I'm not going to do a joke about that. I'm like, please do a joke about that.
Well, yeah, basically she would go, treat me like I'm fucking 10 years old or whatever. And she'd be like, yeah, I just finished grade 6 and all this fucking shit. And I was just like, so what? I have to pretend that I'm fucking the guy that's into this grade 10? She goes, oh, I just came into your room and I'm 10 years old. And I go,
you're like,
get out, I guess. Get out of the room then. I don't know. But get out and come back when you're 8. How about this? Why don't we, in the fantasy, how about this? You're a 30-year-old pretending to be 10, but you're still 30. No, I'm actually 10. And you go, this isn't doing really anything for me.
If anything, it's doing psychological damage.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was not for me.
No.
I was just rolling my eyes the whole time and chuckling in my head.
And she was 6 feet tall.
Yeah, exactly, right?
The whole thing was good.
She goes, this is what this person says. I was never allowed to be a kid. I always had to be the adult in my family, says Sophie, a 28-year-old who is based in the U.S. is just one of 19,000 members on age regression subreddit, an online community for those who revert to a younger state of mind to process trauma. Everything's to process trauma with these people, right? Mm-hmm. And so basically, there is that thing, you know how there is, if you go with like a 2-year-old trying to act 2 or whatever, right? As soon as it's conscious, it's not cute. There was that old saying, like, cuteness is never cute when someone's trying to be cute. Mm-hmm. Like if a baby knows it can like fall over and you laugh, it's like, oh my God. It's
like you ever see a 60-year-old woman try to act like a 20-year-old and dress, and you're like, it's the hardest thing to look at.
But the thing about it's like you're just doing this stuff because 2-year-olds don't know that they're 2. Like they're not conscious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the consciousness makes this fucking weird.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely very weird. I don't know how this is a growing. I don't know what about these times makes this such a growing thing, though.
That's what I'm saying. It is a growing thing in this times, right? I will say some of the things they're like, I just want to play with coloring books and watch cartoons or whatever. And you go, yeah, that's every like fucking alcoholic 25-year-old club chick.
Yeah, well, the cartoon one.
Order food.
I mean, how many dudes are friends of ours who just watch cartoons all the time?
I don't think we have that many buddies that watch cartoons all the time.
Like anime. I guess anime is more.
That's
adults.
that's not for kids.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're trying to. It's this weird thing where they want to get away from life, right? But their whole thing is they go. These articles, they go, we need to remove the stigma around age regression so these people can blah, blah, blah. And it's like, this is where they always go off the reservation. You go, they want to go up to these people with this weird thing that I go to, and they go, what you should do is we need to get rid of the stigma so you can tell everyone, no, that's bad advice. If you are this, you need to figure out a way to not be it anymore or keep it a secret.
Yeah.
You can pretend you're two and no one's watching, or find someone to do it in secret with, and that could be your sort of secret with your spouse or whatever.
Yeah, remember like the Jerry Springer where the guys would have the diapers and stuff, and that was the OG age regression where they would have diapers and they would have some like dominatrix treat them like a baby.
Yes. This reminds me also back to the cop shows is they basically say, you know what? You need to go out there and tell your story, make this public to, make it better for other people. And they go out there and basically say, I'm an age regressor, and it probably just ruins their life.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like no one looks at the same at work. This is on their permanent record that they're this fucking freak. You know what I mean? So they were better off keeping it their little subreddit, and if they want to have their partner that they go do their weird shit with. But it reminds me of the cop show. Every single time they try to get someone to be a witness, and they go, you need to do this. This is how you make your community better. And the person goes, okay, I'll testify. Next day, dead.
Always dead.
So you go, don't listen to them when they say go public with you.
Yeah, they're only trying to make you a witness to raise the stakes of the story of the detective.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with you. They need you to die.
So they post all their stuff, but they post tips on adult pacifiers and all this stuff, right? But it does feel like when you're saying the pedophile thing, doesn't it feel a little bit where it's almost like they got caught being a pedophile, and someone's like, why do you have all these like pacifiers and stuff? And they go,
they're adult pacifiers. Hello. That's some sick freak.
Yeah.
It's like pacifiers for kids.
You go to someone's house and they go, why do you have a bunch of pacifiers and coloring books and children's clothing? And you go, well, I mean, think. I wear it.
I am a regression.
I'm a regressionist. I'm Benjamin Buttoning. Because I'm currently Benjamin Buttoning. And one user told Vice that they try to regress at least once or twice a day.
I don't get that. That they consciously...
Oh, the conscious is better than when they say, for others, it happens outside of their control. That is the part where you go, fuck off.
I mean, just buy a lollipop or something. I don't know. I feel like you could...
But it doesn't...
eat it in the bathroom stall and...
It doesn't happen outside of your control. Where that's what's happening. You're sitting there and you go, oh, what do you want to do? I'm going gag. Yeah, you go. I'm regressing. You start, you go, I'm 30 years old, I'm 25 years old, 18 years old. Sucking on his thumb. They can't control their regression. That would be the stuff that fucking... I'll tell you.
I love how they tried to separate the sex from it, though.
Like, nothing sexual about this thing.
Yeah, okay. Let's tell us what you're like. What you like sex-wise.
Yeah, nothing about that. I the opposite. I pretend I'm an old person. Pretend I'm 80 when we're having sex. It has nothing to do with this. The subreddit was created in August 2017, but its membership has grown exponentially in the pandemic. That's sort of going to our theory, though, a little bit, right? Because you go, so the pandemic's happening. And you essentially have all these people that don't have jobs. They have mommy and daddy, the government, paying for their fucking thing. They're getting their check. They're getting all these rules. Yeah. And they a little bit like it.
They like being told. You think they're having this problem in Ukraine right now? Go, yo, grab the gun. You go, what the gun?
No.
I don't want to go to war.
Yeah. I can't imagine, societies with real problems or have a ton of regressors, involuntary regressors. Yeah, that. Sort of a weird, yeah. It's this weird phenomenon where never these people that are involuntarily regressing never seems to happen to soldiers at war.
No, or anywhere that's not, the most comfortable countries on earth.
During COVID lockdowns.
Yeah, I'm sure there's 0 third world countries where they have this.
Well, despite what you think, she said it's not always the fun things you see online. Sometimes you can get really emotional over small things or lonely when no one is around to talk to. So when you're regressing, sometimes it's not, it's not the all fucking ball of laughs like you were thinking. But that's funny. Anytime your girl starts crying, you go, oh, she's regressing.
She's regressing again.
So this girl goes, basically you have a chick and that's who is being interviewed right here, Kira 20, and basically she's actually based in Belgium, which is sort of going a little bit against our theory, but
also it's weird that 20 it seems like you're young. I guess she's regressing to be like a 3-year-old.
Yeah, she's going back to 3. Yeah, but it is funny, this person, she's just out there and she starts crying or whatever. And she goes, no, it's because I'm regressing. You go, I think you're just an emotional chick. And you go, no, I'm 6 and I can't help it. She goes, I have no control over when and if I regress. So, yeah, it sounds like you just start bawling your eyes out and you go, yeah, that'll happen. I'm a regressor.
Can we find out if all these people have just like been molested? Imagine they go, yeah, so it turns out they've just all been molested. Oh, okay.
It does turn out they've been in the last. Fellas, thank you for watching that exclusive Boyscast clip and supporting the channel. If you want to support the podcast, we have a new episode every week at patreon.com/theboyscast. Only 5 bones, and there's a tons of episodes up there right now. So support the cast, support the boys.
Link right there.
Peace.